Hey, can we talk about TEDx applications for a second? You got the idea, you've got the mindset, you're ready to go, right? You're ready to be accepted, right? Okay, before you go and send this, there's one more thing I want to talk about with your TEDx application. Let's go. What's shaking? My name is Marc Cordon Creative, and I hope people disrupt the status quo by getting on big stages like TEDx events, podcasts, digital courses, and a slew of creative outlets. So today I'm going to be talking about the 3 strategies that I used in my TEDx applications that I strongly feel resulted in me getting 4 invitations to 4 different TEDx events. Before I go and talk about these 3 strategies now, I want to talk about 2 big strategies that I believe all people should be using already. Now, chances are is that you have never applied to a TEDx event before, or you've been applying to TEDx events with no luck, right? So make sure that we've got these things first. Number 1, a TEDx idea worth spreading. Now, you might be saying to yourself, yo, I've watched all these TEDx talks. I don't have the charm. I don't have the funniness. I don't have the looks of these TEDx speakers. That's fine because this is not a speaking competition. This is an idea worth spreading. So when you are filling out your application, you want to lead with your idea. And I want you to think about this. Think about a group of TEDx curators. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. They've got 2 more spots open for 10 applications. They're looking through all these applications. They're looking through these videos, and they come across yours and they choose yours because your idea is clear, it's precise, it's novel, and it's profound, right? So let's think about that first, that curator team. So the next thing that I want you to think about in your application has to do with your mindset. How confident are you in talking about your idea? How coachable are you in your application? Those are things that the curator team completely looks for. Number 3, before you send it out, I want you to consider fit. How do you enhance their event? How much do you fit with their values? I'm going to be breaking that down now into 3 different parts. I've used these with my one-on-one clients, and I actually turned these concepts into a 45-minute webinar. And one of my colleagues used the content from that. She used it to apply to a TEDx event, and she actually scored the TEDx event. Her name is Ellen, and I can't wait to have her on my podcast after she speaks in the future. So the first fit that I think about is this idea of being fit with the date, the location, and the time of a TEDx event. I know it's funky, but when I first started this and I wanted to get my first TEDx talk, I didn't realize that it was about 6 to 9 to 12 months of planning this. So this is the process that I've used to find my TEDx events. It's also the process that I use with my one-on-one clients. So the way to do this is you want to go to TED.com, TED.com, not TEDx.com. Then you're going to want to go and find the menu in the top right of your screen, and you're going to see the word attend. Hover your mouse above that, and you're going to see a drop-down menu. And in that drop-down menu of the top right, you're going to see a selection there. And the selection that I want you to click on is TEDx events. Find and attend local independently organized events. Okay, so once in these events, you're going to see these blue dots all over a world map. These blue dots represent TEDx events that are happening in the future. So remember, you want to go and try to find events that are happening in the future, 6 to 9 to 12 months are coming up. And I think a good filter, since I'm in Florida, would be to go and search for TEDx's coming up in 6 to 9 to 12 months in Florida, right? There you go. So we got this down to a few cities in Florida, and 6 to 9 to month. That's going to be about 2024. And now you really see this thing like filtered down. And I have no idea what there's a blue dot in Kansas City by Kansas City, but hey, that's cool. So here we go. We've got upcoming events. These few events like TEDx Ybor City and Coral Springs, they sound super cool. Yet they're not 6 to 9 to 12 months away. They probably are already selling tickets for their event and don't have a need to take in speaker applications right now. So let's see what's coming up. FSU, Bradenton. Here we go. Now we're talking about TEDx Ocala. That would be a good fit from the standpoint of Ocala is like an hour and a half from me. I'm in Florida with them, and it's 6 to 9 to 12 months away. Click on it. So what we get when we click on an individual site now is, as you can see in the black bar above, that it's November the 9th, the date, and also that it's in Ocala, Florida. That's the location. But there's a couple things that we can also go and find in here. Number one is we see who the organizer is, right? If we click on the organizer, we've got a whole bunch of things to look at. And we'll talk about that in a second. The next thing that we can do is if you see this map on the right side, that map on the right side has the location, it's got the event type, and at the right under that, they have see more TEDx Ocala events. So when we see that, it allows us to see which TEDx events in Ocala are happening. We've got the one from November the 9th, 2024, that's coming up. And it shows past events as well. This is why past events and looking at them are huge. So go to the past events, click on it. Okay, so we've seen the upcoming event, which is in November the 9th, 2024, but also past events can help us understand what type of TEDx event this really is. So let's see what's happened in the past for TEDx Ocala. We had one last year, November the 6th. And if we keep going down, holy moly, we've got a lot of TEDx events that have come from TEDx Ocala all the way to 2015. So what this means for me is that this is a very mature TEDx leadership team. It's happened every single year. They didn't take off, not even in 2020. They did not take off. So that's the very first piece here, to look at dates, times, locations that you can put in your application that can benefit you and show them that you're a good fit. Okay, so that's the first strategy, is finding fit when it comes to the date, the time, and the location. Do you have some connection with the event itself? For me, it has to do with the fact that I'm right up the road from TEDx Ocala. Also, when we went to TED.com, went to the right side of that menu, clicked on TEDx events that are coming up, and then we did research on those TEDx events that are coming up. We also found out the organizer, and we found out how mature, how many times this group has put out a certain TEDx event. And here in this case, TEDx Ocala is a beast. It is 10 years old. So Manal probably runs a very tight, well-oiled machine. I know her, she does. So here's the next place to go and see if you have a great fit. And that is finding a great fit with the organizer. This is the person who is overseeing their committee and probably making the last decisions on whether you make it onto their TEDx stage or not. Some of my clients are like, this is totally creeping, Cordon. Like, this is creeping. You are doing this weird investigation of things. Not really. I don't think of it like that. When I was looking for a job, I would go and research the person who would hire me. I would go and research what the organization is about. And with TEDx events, I do the same type of research. Plus, the organizer is right there in the middle of every single event that you look up. So how do we do this? We go back to TED.com. We go and find those TEDx events that we want to apply for, that we have fit with date, time, and location. And then right there on each page, there's an organizing team tab. We can go and we can actually go and look up the organizer or the co-organizers. We click on that, and what happens is that we get all this information, a bio about each TEDx organizer. So here I am at TEDx Ocala on the TED.com site. Manal Fakori is the organizer. She is the founder of Fakori Leadership International. So probably some philanthropy here. I am activist, business leader, connector, explorer, idea generator, all these things that she puts in here. I'm passionate about life, social justice, health, an idea worth spreading. Given my background, I feel that I'm an idea generator as well. Heck, my company is Marc Cordon Creative, right? mentorship, philanthropy, like all of these things I feel are things that I can connect to. So what I would put into my application would probably have to do with ideas and social justice because I'm into it and so is she. You can also get it on LinkedIn. You can find a whole plethora of ways to do your research on the organizer. So there you have it. There's this second strategy of finding fit between you and the organizer who'd probably have the final say on your TEDx application. And so where do we go next is to do research on the location itself, getting more information about a TEDx event. Do they have a website? That's the very first place that I go. Do they have a website and what does it look like? So let's go and see if we have TEDxocala.com. We do. So let's log into it. And what do we find? Well, on the very front of the site, it already says apply to speak. So the application is already on the site. This definitely is a place that I'm going to apply to. The next thing, they have their theme. Their theme is on humanity. So what do we have now? You've got an idea worth spreading, one that is configured towards humanity. You also have within your application ideas connected to creativity and social justice, which aligns with the organizer. And you also have the moxie to get in front of a camera and say, hey, TEDx Ocala, this theme is perfect for my idea. I can take this, I can run with it, I'm confident about it, and I'm coachable. I hope you select me. Thank you, TEDx Ocala, right? Already you've got the elements of a great, great, great TEDx application. There you have it, 3 strategies about fit that can help enhance your TEDx application for the better. You put those things together, and I feel like you can put a really, really great strategy together to get more TEDx invitations to speak at different events. So if you've been picking up what I've been throwing down, I want you to comment below the value that you got from this video. Also, if you remember at the very beginning of the video, I was talking about a free webinar that my client Ellen took, and she used those strategies to get her an invite to a TEDx event. I want the same to happen for you. So if you want to go and get that, it's in my online community. It's free to sign up. The Underground, the link is below. And once you are in the Underground, go to courses and then look for the course that says From Search to Stage, Finding TEDx Events and Crafting a Standout Application. I wish you well. I wish you well. I wish you well in terms of getting your TEDx application out to the ears and the eyes and the hearts of TEDx selection committees all over the world. And with that said, dig deep. I'll see you in the Underground.